new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned into Bro Conversations. Pride of the devil, I think you got a hold on me. Pride of the devil. Ooh. Yup, mic check 1 1 1 2. Hey. Yup, hey, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? I'm your host, OGO, and you are now tuned in to another very fucking special episode of Broke Conversations, man. A lot been happening. A lot done drop. A lot of niggas, they done put shit out. Let me adjust this right quick. A lot of niggas, they done put shit out, man. Cole dropped the album. If you can't tell, I was just humming one of them joints off that, man, before I even get into all that. Hope everybody feeling good, doing good. Hope you got something to sip on, got something to smoke on, you know what I'm saying? And enjoy this ride for me. Another episode of Broke Conversations. Consistency is key. Consistency is key. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Anyway, I hope everybody doing good, feeling like they already said that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump right into this bitch. First topic on the motherfucking docket. What I got? Let me slow down before I keep. A few weeks ago, I congratulated Diddy, and a few weeks ago on the episode back with JL. Go watch that. It's called Appropriation or Appreciation. That's the name of the episode. Anyway, a few weeks ago, we talked about Diddy and also Joey Badass winning the motherfucking Oscar for their performance for Two Distant Strangers. Me obviously not doing our research, I didn't know that the shit was on Netflix, and a few days ago I got a chance to watch it. I feel like Two Distant Strangers on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, please go watch that. I feel like that Netflix series, that Black Lives Matter, segment or dedicated piece of media. I feel like you could show any racist that or anybody that's questioning systematic oppression or whatever. I feel like that is the shit that I can point almost everybody to. And if you see that all the way through and you still don't understand the plight that other people, I'm not even just gonna say black people, brown people, disenfranchised people, people that have been used as slaves and people that have literally their bones that built the motherfucking structure and the blood, sweat, and tears that built the structure of the place that we live in. You know what I'm saying? If you got any question about racism, watch Two Distant Strangers on Netflix. It's amazing. It's I'm gonna go ahead and give a little synopsis on it. Basically, Joey Badass, he playing this dude, and he wake up, he playing this black dude, and he has sex with this girl, whatever. They have fun or whatever. They had a good night. He wake up. That's basically the starting scene. He wake up from her bed, and then he leave her house, and then no matter what he does, he continuously keeps getting killed. No matter if he run away from the police, if he say, if he try to be peaceful. He even tried to talk it out in a certain situation, and it seemed like it was going well, but that cop. It just shows you the sentiment, and you know what I'm saying. Of some people, they can't be helped. It don't matter what you say to people. Some people they can't. Some people that just they're made different. They're spewing poison, and that's what they love, and that's what they relish in. Some people you can't. It ain't enough words. There ain't enough legislation for some people to just keep doing the racist acts that they're doing. But anyway, that was a short synopsis of that shit. If you haven't seen it, please, my nigga, go see that shit. It's on Netflix. Two Distant Strangers, man. That shit deserved 3-4 more Oscars. Like, bruh. No, if I was at a different place emotionally than where I'm at now, nigga, I would have been crying. That shit is very moving. This shit very real, and then really, even me as a black person, it was a refreshing point of view, because we hear it one way all the time. It's always the system they against us or whatever. But even when what I'm saying, you try certain things, but obviously, that's not in every case, but whatever. I'm not about to dismantle everything I just said just because subjectiveness, nature or whatever. But anyway, yeah, go check that out. Shout out to Diddy and Joey Badass again. And honestly, that was the first time I ever seen Joey Badass act. Matter of fact, that was the first time I've ever seen Joey Badass act. And man, oh my God, man, clap it up for Joey Badass, man. Clap it up. Shout out to Joey Badass, Diddy, and all that. And if you don't know, I got a little soundboard on my phone. I'm about to incorporate some more songs and shit like that. It's the first time I'm using it, so hopefully y'all can hear it clearly or whatever. But anyway, moving on to the next topic on the docket. Oh yeah, next topic on the motherfucking docket. 21 Savage is set to release and just so you know, I believe this was in thesource.com. 21 Savage is set to release the official soundtrack Spiral from the Book of Saw. The soundtrack will be released on Slaughter Gang and Epic Records. Oh my god. I got so much to say about 21 Savage right now that I ain't even think of. Like, first of all, like he was featured on Cole album yet again. That's one of them. I'm gonna get in depth in everything. I didn't think that there was a step higher that you could go as 21 Savage as an artist like him than getting Morgan Freeman to narrate your motherfucking album. And then on top of that, he basically he went on an interview and told us exactly how he did it. He told us that it really wasn't that expensive. It was super affordable. You know what I'm saying? And that was probably the perfect time to do it because everybody in a pandemic, so you ain't gonna be able to. Not most people ain't gonna be able to tax the fuck out of you or whatever. But that's neither here nor there. Like 21 Savage. He is one of them artists that I ain't gonna lie. I be sleeping on him sometimes myself because you know how he came in the game, how you know the content he was making and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, I loved it and I still love it to this day. But it's progressed significantly ever since. When was 21 Savage breakout year? I want to say 2016, around the area 2017. That's when he really started picking up steam, really getting hot. Like the fact that he can. This is just amazing, man. This is just amazing. Like him being who he is, the Slaughter Gang. That's what he came out with. I think that was probably one of the first songs to pop. I'm on the Slaughter Gang shit, Murder Gang shit. That song, that was, and then to come full circle, he's. Let me read it. Make sure I'm right. He's this will be released on Slaughter Gang and Epic Records and. Man, he's a part of this shit. Like this is something that we could have never seen in the motherfucking future. Shout out to motherfucking 21 Savage, man. Shout out to motherfucking 21 Savage. Like man, it's just layers to the shit. You cannot claim that 21 Savage is no longer just a trap rapper, and I'm even move on to that. I forgot the exact name of the song that he was on with Cole, but that's I forgot the exact name of it, but right now that's neither here nor there. Like the work and the work ethic that he put in, he actually I feel like on a lot. So yeah. Let me even take it back. I feel like on the record a lot with J. Cole and 21 Savage. I feel like Cole was really getting his feet wet and being and this is another point I'm bringing up. Cole was really getting his feet wet and becoming pop. That's something that I feel like not a lot of people are saying. Way too many Cole fans that's saying, "Oh, I see what he's doing and all that. Oh, I like it. Yeah, but they're not actually breaking it down. I really came to this realization like a day or two ago. Cole has been going pop ever since KOD. The lyrical, one of the best lyricists and shit like that. He's showing us the template of how you get better and how you get bigger. He dedicated most of his music career life to his real lyricism fans and shit like that. And he's still giving us that, but he's also opening up lanes so where he can put out pop music, which is fucking dope. He can do the song singing shit, the melodies. He can try to sing. He been fucking around with the auto tune a lot and shit like that. But man, like we've seen so much, and just to circle it back to 21 Savage, man, like he's wow, man. Most people that get, I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna leave it. I don't want to harp too much on it. Most people that reach this quick success that 21 Savage gets, or the 21 Savage had in his early career, they fuck it up. They get on drugs. He's focused. His mind is straight. 21 Savage getting more lyrical. He he may be even writing, and even if he's not writing, he's progressing. He's using bigger words. He's using different stanzas. They're on par. And damn, I guess I kind of lost my point, but the difference between the sound in A Lot and the sound in this new song is it sounds like two totally different artists. Like they went through some shit, and I love to motherfucking hear this shit. I love the motherfucking, but yeah. Moving on. I don't know, like if you've been under a motherfucking rock or what have you, whatever situation you in, but Cordae, what formerly known as YBN Cordae has officially confirmed the creation of his own record label, High Level Productions. He recently launched an Instagram profile with and I quote, a family, a way of life, and a record label, 100% owned by Cordae. That's in the bio of High Level Productions. For Cordae, hold up, before I even, my nigga, donations, donate, like, yo, listen, Cordae is literally. I know for a fact that he's not five. He's probably not even 3 years older than me. If he is older than me, I think he's like a year younger than me. I'm 21. If you don't know by now, but yo, this shit, yo, man. I ain't gonna lie. Some days whenever I see bullshit headlines and motherfuckers going to jail and dealing with all this adversity and shit like that, sometimes I be like, damn, like, what level can the rap game progress to? How can we ever get higher than the greats, than the Biggies, than the Tupacs, than the Jay-Z's? Like the older generation, the people who cemented and created hip hop, in somewhere probably in a park or a brownstone in New York, wherever it originated in New York, but it came from New York. Like sometimes I get discouraged because it's so much clout chasing shit. So many people, they doing this shit for clicks. But when I happen to come across articles like this, I cannot pass this up without giving this information to y'all. Like, he's damn near my age, and he's only put out. Keep in mind, he's only put out one album. He's gearing up to put out another one. Cordae is, and it's just getting better and bigger with each passing headline, with each passing day and stuff like that. You're finishing. He's finishing the product of showing people how to be a genuine artist, and you can't. I've said this time and time again, and I'm keep saying, you can't ask for more of an artist than for them to be 100% them, 100% them. And yeah, like I said, he's completing the portrait. He's, you know what I'm saying, something like this. I don't know how much my listeners pay attention, but the last podcast I recorded, this shit was not as colored in and I guess done as it is now, and I want to bring attention to that, man. I want to bring attention to that. The last podcast, I just so y'all can see. Hopefully it's clear. Y'all see it. Last podcast, that shit was halfway done, and I feel like a lot of things in my life, they happen for a reason. It seemed like every single time J. Cole dropped, I pick up so many jewels, and I change my life, whether it's emotionally or physically. I changed my life a bit and a piece of me like has evolved ever since Cole has dropped Born Sinner. Matter of fact, yeah. Ever since Cole has dropped Born Sinner, like it every album, even if I ain't listened to it the first year it came out, like I ain't really get up on the ball with J. Cole until it was really Friday Night Lights, then Born Sinner, honestly. I ain't gonna lie, because even as a kid, I was like 13, 12, I was still playing that shit. It's crazy for me to think about that. I've acquired my own music taste because I basically was the only child when I grew up and shit like that. So I put myself on the music. Ain't nobody put me on the Kanye, whatever. I had to learn that shit myself. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, damn, what was I saying? Fuck, I wish I had fuck. It's all good. But but yeah though, man. I feel like my mind is everywhere. But anyway, shout out to motherfucking Cordae, high level productions, man. Shout out to Cole, man. Cordae. This is something this is something that's motherfucking gonna change the foundation of new artists coming out and shit like that. Like we saw it with Young Thug and now we're seeing it trickle down. You know, a lot of artists, they're not financially smart enough to do that, but that's something that Cordae has been spitting ever since the beginning. And even in early interviews, he was like, "Yeah, I'm not one of these rappers that acting like I got money." For the longest time, he was like, he never flexed about money in the bars or whatever. But now he got a good album. I don't know if it's gold or platinum, but I know for a fact it's most definitely on that track if it hasn't hit that already, man. Motherfucking shout out to Cordae, bro. Shout out. But before I get too off topic, source from hotnewhiphop.com. Jaden Smith plans to open restaurant to give free food to the homeless. And also to add on that, his I Love You restaurant brand. That's the name of the restaurant brand. I Love You restaurant. His I Love You restaurant brand has been touching the lives of the homeless community in Los Angeles and beyond for years. It has been reported that Jaden Smith is looking to expand. This isn't the only initiative that Jaden has that works with a disenfranchised. He also has a water box project project that installs machines that can deliver clean water to marginalized communities including Flint, Michigan. The city went years without a clean water source to the residents and to the majority of the black population in those marginalized areas. This donations, man. Say what you will. Say what you will, my nigga. Will and Jada, they got some fire ass kids. I don't give a fuck about what you feel about August and the entanglement and shit. They raised some fire ass, woke ass, like in the their kids. They're not on a high pedestal, even though they can talk that shit when they do feel it's time. But for the most part, yo, they just helping other people. They expanding with music. They switching different styles. They're literally, oh man. Shout out to the motherfucking Smith family, like just in general, man. I don't even got no opinions on this shit. Like this nigga, this is some shit Jesus would do if he was here. This 2021 Jesus. If he was his age, he'll be on the same. He's giving out free food, my nigga. Clean water to Flint. People have been complaining so much about that news is old, like, but people are still going through that. You can ask niggas like BFB the Pac-Man, you know what I'm saying? Other people that are from Flint, you know, people that see that shit and they have seen that shit, and you know they trying to upgrade they life and shit like that, man. Shout out to man, Jaden Smith, man. And this next topic is kind of serious, so it's kind of serious. It's kind of serious. I'm. Oh shit! I didn't even put my shit up. But listen, I'm not even about to waste too much time beating around the bush, yo. My niggas is gone, man. My niggas, they not together no more. The JBP boys will never be back to business again. Now, I don't know about you, but man, for me, in this, I'm gonna give a quick synopsis of where I am in this whole shit. For me, Joe Budden was really one of the, I ain't gonna lie, was really probably the leading factor in me making this shit. Cause if you go back to my first episode, I was talking about Kanye West and his albums and the shift in the music. I ain't gonna lie, if you really listen to it, I sound just like what Joe Budden was saying. Ever since, I mean, and since then, since my first episode, I've developed my own personality and stuff like that. But you got to take inspiration from wherever you can get in and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, I have always been a big component in watching them, and even with this latest episode that I believe Joe Budden took down, or somebody on the Joe Budden team, they took down from the Patreon. This latest episode was crazy. Like, and listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna tell you straight up. the whole reason how I even got to listen to this is I signed up for Twitter. I made a broke conversations account for Twitter. Hey, click the link if you're watching this on YouTube or whatever. Click the link in the motherfucking description. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and all that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, this they broke up, man. They're gone. It ain't no more. And honestly, bro, like I feel like Joe has been gearing up for that possibility because he has been in that same situation. Whether it's on labels, is my mic tripping? Let me turn this up. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it like that. Anyway, Joe has been the one in that same exact situation. You know what I'm saying? Like just trying to make sure the artist is paid. He's all about the artist. He's all about being, with the creatives and stuff like that. That being motherfucking said, they gone. There ain't no more. And honestly, I was really surprised to see Rory and Mal even motherfucking risk that I guess I can say that risk their jobs or whatever. Why would you take that risk and why would you put that strain on your fan base? Because when it really comes down to it, you're like I was listening to the Need to Know podcast with Savon and Alex, and they be working behind the scenes on the Joe Budden podcast, and they said, yo, if and it's true in any job. In any job, no matter what it is, if you decide not to come in for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, actually it was 7 weeks. If you decide not to come with 7 weeks, like, bro, and especially if it's money involved or it's contracts, like, yo, you're in breach of that. You're in breach of that, and on top of that, you're saying fuck the fans. What I want and what and my issues are more important than what we've been doing for years. That's basically what those two said. And honestly, bro, like, me seeing them on that reunion episode, which possibly might be the last one. Actually, the last one was Shaking the Tree. It was the one before that when Maul and they was like, oh, you shouldn't have disrespected me. And keep in mind, I do not believe that Joe handled every situation the best because he was angry, he was upset and shit like that. But I'm not cutting him no slack because he literally said out of his mouth before the podcast, and it even went over my head. I didn't even catch it. He said to Rory, I never asked you to show up to my kids, show up to the hospital when my kid was being born. Like, that's kind of some crazy shit, my nigga. Like, even if you never asked, like, true friends wouldn't need to ask, for a situation like that. But I feel like him airing out how he felt and stuff like that, which he has 100% the right to motherfucking do so, it's gonna. The damage was already done. The damage was already done. That Rory and Mal already made that stance, and honestly, bro, I don't like exactly how Joe said it, but I don't think anything that Joe said was wrong. I don't think anything that Joe said was wrong. If Joe found the Spotify deal, if his team and stuff like that, if he's responsible, and on top of that, Joe said something that really stood out to me. He said he tried to put Rory and Mal in other positions. He tried to make Mal a closed segment, or maybe he could sit down and talk to his NBA friends and have a whole different spinoff segment for maybe like, a clip segment. Maybe it could be 20, 30 minutes or however long. Rory, Joe said that Joe Budden said that he offered Rory plenty positions at different corporations, but they all fell through because whatever the drive or the want wasn't there. And you got to think about it. Think about it just from a business aspect. Joe Budden, he was on the State of the Culture. He was on so much shit, like the with the complex shit. He's always in front of the camera, and then right now he literally has another network. He has other podcasts on it. Two or three other podcasts on the network. He's working behind the scenes. He's making deals with Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Patreon. Like, he's bringing a whole lot of value that has nothing to do with the podcast to the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Bringing so many eyes. He's on Revolt. He was on Love and Hip Hop. Joe has built his reputation in almost every single media area you can even fathom. The nigga was in radio. All right, that's cool. Those are all of Joe's accolades, right? Let's go to Rory and Mal accolades. All right, Rory from and this is just from what I know, but I'm a Day One fan, so I think I got an in-depth view of everybody, and at least on the camera work, on in front of the camera at least. Rory is putting out an album. That's cool. Like Joe said, Joe, and even about Mal. Joe said that when Mal was living in his house, he was the type to motherfucking keep laundry detergent in his room, you know what I'm saying? But you're sleeping in another man's house that he's letting you in, whether it's free or not. Joe didn't get into the specifics, but that's kind of crazy when you think about it. Like somebody's opening up their home to you, and you're keeping like small stuff like that, because it ain't like it fucking costs a lot. It ain't like it costs a lot. It maybe $20 for some laundry for some good laundry detergent, maybe 40 for the big jug or whatever. But it's small stuff like that. But at the same time, the same reason that I agree with Joe with that situation is the same reason why he should have known that this possibility could have happened. You were living with a nigga for years and years. You knew his character, and you knew your character, and you knew that they probably didn't match up in some areas. So he decided to go into business with this person that he said, oh yeah, when you left my house, you was the one that kept the laundry detergent in your room. Okay, but you knew that, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I think this shit going in. Hello? I don't know. But Joe knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe motherfucking knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't play both sides of the motherfucking fence. When it's just like with any relationship. Whenever you see the motherfucking red flags and shit like that, that's the time to motherfucking leave. Don't wait until you get punched in your motherfucking face or until you gotta call the motherfucking police. No. And that's just on yeah, this shit going in. I don't know what the fuck happened, but whatever. Yup. Make sure this shit is on. Gucci. But yeah though, man, you got what you asked for the most part, and it's like, yeah, that's it. But honestly, I ain't got too much more to say about that situation. I just hope that I can see both of them. I mean, all of the parties still make content and still be productive. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, at the end of the day, and that's something I thought about too during this whole break. I was like, even if they never come back, we literally have over 400 episodes with them. We literally do. So, and I be finding myself often, especially through that whole 6 week, 7 week break when they weren't there and shit like that. I found myself going back to older episodes, even the first episode, even some with Marty and shit like that. So many other, like, they got so much history. Come on, man. They had given us literally everything. It's been good episodes, been bad, it's been terrible. The energy was off. They've given us everything. We can't ask for more as fans, and for people to be entitled, even if you're day one or day zero, you know, or whatever supporter. My nigga, this shit happens. Things change. Maul said that shit a few months ago. He said, throw a bag of money in front of your friends. Throw a bag of money in front of somebody, and you can see who your real friends are, and that's anybody. Throw it in front of your mama. Throw it in front of your dad. You know, a lot of people, they'll switch over money, and that's exactly what this situation. That's kind of what Joe was alluding to. You know, Rory wanted to see the books of the shit, and he wanted ownership. He wanted some of the YouTube money and all that shit. But what he failed to realize is there is a scale for media people and podcasters when it comes to being paid and shit like that. There is a motherfucking scale. There is a motherfucking scale. And when you get paid in the top 1% or even let's say 10%, you know what I'm saying? And like when you want to see the books and all that's just like basically, even though they were friends and all that's just like me going to this job I'm about to go to tomorrow and be like, hey, let me see all the payroll for the person let me see all. Damn, that's something wrong with this mic. Either way, that's just like me saying, let me see all the payroll information and all this other shit. Just because I asked for it. No job is gonna do that, and especially if you don't own the shit. That's where motherfuckers fucked up. In the beginning, they should have been behind the scenes making sure this shit happened. But no, it was all on Joe. And especially since the name change, it's really been all on Joe. He owns that shit. He owns the intellectual property, and on top of that, he got them niggas locked into a 1-year contract. I mean, to a contract where if they try to make another podcast within a year, he can and he will sue their ass. But they motherfucking decided to but you can't fault an adult for making an adult decision. They decided to motherfucking do that shit. So hey, it is what it is. But anyway, that was all that was all that situation that happened there. But anyway, just to get the energy back up, we about to hop back into the Would You Risk It segment. And for today, the question of the day for this Would You Risk It segment, I got an article sourced from Hip Hop DX. Sourced directly. Let me see. I got an article right in front of me, sourced directly from Hip Hop DX. And let me tell you what it says. Lil Uzi Vert shows his love for JT by getting her name tattooed. And I want to know, would you risk it? Would you risk? Is that something that you think you could do for any person? And keep in mind, obviously, them niggas ain't married yet, or at least it's not public knowledge that they are married. You know what I'm saying? For me, and only for me, just for the simple fact that, especially when you're in a public relationship, he gonna have to get that covered up, because like, I doubt them niggas gonna get married, but I hope they do. I wish them all the best, but for me, I don't even got no tattoos, and I be on the fence about, I want tattoos, and sometimes I don't, and I don't want to deal with it, and all that stuff. But a tattoo is a lifelong commitment, and even if it ain't, even if you do get it removed, like, that shadow's still gonna be there. You gonna have to get it covered over with something, whatever the fuck. And even if you do get it covered, underneath the surface, niggas, especially if you post it on social media and shit like that, it can get messy. It can get messy. I would get a tattoo, a small tattoo, of maybe somebody's initials, but not on my hand. It'll probably be like my forearm, or my under my shirt, or whatever, or maybe my leg or some shit. And I would have to be married. I would have to be married. I'm not doing none of this shit. I'm not playing the social media antics. I'm not playing that game. You feel me? I'm not. I can't. I can't. So comment comment down below. What would you do if you had to stay in a relationship, or would you do it just out of love? Would you do it for a boyfriend? If so, or marriage? How many years into the marriage, or how many years being a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Me, boyfriend, girlfriend, that's out the window. Marriage, I would do a yeah. I probably do that shit after like 5 years, nigga. I guess I'm just showing my hand, because I'm a very introverted person. I don't like dealing with bullshit. And honestly, we all damaged. I need to get some therapy. I know I need therapy, and soon it's coming. Especially when I get this job, get this money rolling. Yeah, this shit most definitely coming. But anyway, that was the would you risk? Oh shit, hold up. That was a would you risk it segment. You know what I'm saying? Would you motherfucking risk it? Let me know down in the comments. DM me, tweet me. Oh yeah, you can Snapchat me. You can tweet me now. Motherfucking click that link in the motherfucking description. Check out my content. I'm not just a podcast, so I do a whole lot of shit, Nick. Anyway, next topic on the motherfucking docket. Like I said, it really took me a while to understand that Cole went pop. And I guess him going pop, that's just showing the rest of us the lane of what we could do. But honestly, like last night I wrote a list down of artists that I'm truly like inspired by, like I want to be like specifically, and I had 3 artists. I had Conway the Machine on there. I had Joey Badass, and also had Freddie Gibbs. Like, those are my 3. Especially the way they're doing shit now, the way they're going about shit. Oh my god, man, they just play this rap game, and they play these politics perfect, man. You don't see none of them niggas a lot in front of the camera, unless they got a movie like Joey Badass, or a project out. Like, niggas, they be chilling in the background until they pop out. I love that, and that's who I want to become. Me as a podcaster, I'm kind of on a different lane, because you got to see me every week, so it's a little different. You know, I can't duck out on niggas on Instagram posts and all that shit. But anyway, but yeah though, I made that list last night, just so I can, and I've been making a whole lot of lists, man. And matter of fact, this is a whole topic right here. If you not, I just made a list, and I put it up in my motherfucking room. If you not making a list of short term goals and checking shit off as the weeks and months go by, that's a realization I had. If you being stagnant, you just floating in nothingness. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make goals. You gotta make short-term goals, long-term goals. Motherfucker, write them shits down. Tape it to your TV, so you can have the motivation to just keep on moving and going. Because otherwise, you're gonna remain in the same motherfucking place. Eventually, I'm in a motherfucking studio, in a couple weeks, I'm about to buy me a motherfucking a real professional studio, a real professional mic. So all I gotta do is go to BeatStars app. Shout out to my nigga CM10 Music. He put me on to the BeatStars app. All I gotta do is go to that app, buy a beat, and put that shit out on streaming services. I can cut out all the middleman. Bitch, I ain't paying for no more studio time. I'm probably pay for studio time one time. It's this dude I know. But after that, after I get in the mic and shit, this is gonna be my control, creatively controlling and shit like that. Like I'm gonna have damn near a whole studio. Damn near a whole motherfucking studio whenever I get the ball rolling or whatever. But I'm just saying that to say this, man. Do not go through life stagnant. Do not go through life complacent, because literally I've hit so many of my goals that I had like for like last year or whatever. And as I hit them, I was like, "Oh, that's it. I don't need to do nothing else." No, I got a whole lot of shit. I want to get it. I'm not even gonna spill all the beans of the shit I got planned. But listen, I say all that to say this: have a plan, my nigga. Don't just go to work just to work and then spend all your bread and then wonder why you broke. No, have a motherfucking plan and have an action and make good habits. Make good habits. Life is about making good habits and making relationships with people that are important. If you can master those two things, you could damn near master life. You could damn near master life. Do not forget that from OG Odie, nigga. Um, and for the last topic on the motherfucking docket, I got like I said, J. Cole went pop with KOD, and he been going up since. And I want to go back to a topic I had last week. Just a few ideas. Interlude by J. Cole, the single that he dropped a week before he dropped the album. It was good to me, but I've heard this story from him, and I don't want to hear what goes on. And I mean, but I've heard the story that he tried to paint, or that he did paint on Interlude. I've already heard that before. The reason why I wasn't really so impressed about Interlude is because I want to hear what's happening in your daily life and shit like that. And he gave me that. He gave me that with this album, the off season. I played it two and a half times. I played a little bit before I even on my speaker before I even cut these cameras on or whatever. Yo, the off season has no skips. The off season has no skips, and has very few features. I love that he was strategic with his features. He chose a prayer from Diddy. He chose a verse from 21 Savage, a verse from Moray. Oh, I love that. So that's probably my favorite song on the whole album. Moray, my life with Moray, and who else was on that song? Fuck, I can't remember right now. But wait, who was it? Ah, shit. I can't remember right now. But yo, they showed up and they showed they ass. I'm surprised the baby went on that shit for real, especially with him going pop. Yeah, he should have, because the baby been on everybody album. I'm surprised that one on there. Um, yeah. And listen, I'm just giving a few of my views on the motherfucking album. I'm not reviewing this shit yet. I need to live with this shit. This is my favorite artist. Keep in mind, I need to live with this shit for at least a week, or a solid week or two, so till I can give this shit a rating. But honestly, just sonically, bro, no skips. This is 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, especially for what he was trying to do. You for an album to be good, you got to be able to identify what the artist is trying to do. The interludes and the people that he be having talking on the albums, that he be sampling people, other people's interviews and shit like that, like basketball players and shit. Like, bruh, it's strategic. Like, yo, the concept of the off season, I get that 100%, and every component that he put in this album, this shit is 10 out of 10, bro. 10 out of 10 for what he was trying to do. Now, this specifically wasn't my favorite version of J. Cole, but listen, like I said, us as artists and us as consumers, we got to change the standard, man. Stop comparing your favorite artists or artists that you like to their older music or the shit that made them pop. No, man, that's not how it works. That's not how it works, because honestly, I'll give you that. Even if J. Cole rapped like 2014 Forest Hill Drive on every single album, I would I would still be upset because there's no growth. You know what I'm saying? Fans are hard to motherfucking, especially true fans to analyze shit like me. Fans are very hard to motherfucking please, and that's good because you need that. You need that when you want to compare your work and be one of the greatest of all time. You want to be in these conversations? Hell yeah, nigga. We gonna scrutinize you as they should, and people should do the same thing for me. The same thing for me. I do not have all my songs ain't perfect, but I know that what I'm putting out in these verses that is real, it's true, and you can feel the shit. You can motherfucking relate, especially if you've been broke or your heart been broke or whatever motive I want to or narrative I want to go with in my songs or whatever. It's hard to please fans, man. It's hard to please fans. That's why you shouldn't, especially if you're a successful artist. Do not try to please fans. Please yourself. And if they don't, and if they don't get on board with whatever you providing, that's not the fan. You feel me? That's not the fan. But anyway, I thought another thought that I wrote down. I said if there are no features on this album, it will be to his detriment. Obviously, there are features, and yeah. We need features from Cole. 2014 Forest Hill Drive was him proving that he don't need it, but honestly, we want that. We, especially with North Carolina artists, with artists that can really motherfucking rap, we need that shit, and I love it. I love it. If he didn't have no features, I'd probably have to knock off a point or two because I don't go for how good you can rap, nigga. How good can you rap with other people? That's what really makes an artist. Somebody who can mesh and have relationships and 100%. Another thought. The off-season documentary showed me that Cole still has the hunger from the days from Friday Night Lights. He was literally like it's funny, especially with Cole projects. Like I be having these conversations with people that I know are real Cole fans, like CMT Music, J.I., other people that really try to analyze music and shit like that. And I was literally having conversations. I was like, yo, especially after seeing KOD and all these singles, I was like, yo, I don't hear the hunger. I don't hear the you know what I'm saying, the shit that I was in love with. Like the best mixtape he ever made, Friday Night Lights. The best album I think is 2014 Forest Hill Drive. Those two, and I feel it. I hear it. I feel it. The hunger. He's not complacent. Oh, I love that shit. He's winning and he's not complacent. That's some Jay-Z level shit. And speaking on that, I'm like, I wonder how many conversations Cole had with Hove, because I know Hove has been in that situation because Hove waited, but before 444, it was 5 years before he dropped. And I was looking back in his discography, and before that he was dropping like maybe 3 years at the most. He would take time to drop an album. It was two years for some of them. Reasonable Doubt. After Reasonable Doubt, he was super motherfucking consistent, and he waited 5 years to drop 44, and it all made sense when he dropped it and shit like that. Like. For Cole to be who he is and soak up this game, man, there's so many reasons why J. Cole is my favorite artist, man. So many motherfucking reasons, bro. So many motherfucking reasons. So many motherfucking reasons, man. But anyway, I ain't gonna cap y'all. Like, yeah, that was the last topic on the docket. I'm not editing this. I'm keeping it. Oh well. Nah, let me stop. Damn, I can't breathe. I'm not editing this out. I'm keeping it. Fuck it. Anyway, listen. I really love y'all. I love each and every one of y'all that tune in, to try to actually tune in and watch. Even if you ain't watching the whole thing, whatever amount of, just even if you just watch the clips, my nigga. I love each and every one of y'all from the bottom of my heart. I don't do this shit for any other reason than to show other people a perspective and to have real conversations. That's something I noticed in my life, man. Around 2018, I looked at my life and I identified what I wanted to do. I didn't like college. I didn't like this and that. So, nigga like me, I'm gonna have to work. And that's cool. Work, build, make, find you in every single thing that I do, in music, in podcasting, in freestyling video, whatever I choose to do, and I choose to show y'all whatever. I'm just trying to embolden y'all to find yourselves. I know how hard it could be when it's a world full of people doing this, doing that, but find out, what do you like the most on this planet to do? What do you do in your life that's a hobby or whatever that you do, and when you do it, you lose track of time. It's just like, damn, I've been on this for blah blah blah. Like, what are you in love with? What are you in that's what this motherfucking platform is for, man. That's what this platform is for. And sooner or later, I will be having more guests. This year, I'm gonna have permanent guests and shit like that. I mean, I'm making different money. I'm trying to move around the college campuses and shit like that, because there's a lot of creativity in them areas, man. A lot of people, they don't know what the fuck they want to do, and they just good in music or whatever. I'm making connections this year. I'm trying not to be in my little bubble no more, because I'm a good speaker, but conversations are better when it's people right in front of you, whatever, and I know that shit. So please be on the lookout. Broke Conversations. We change this shit. The logo should be coming soon. Damn, I just thought the nigga change it. He didn't even hit me back. Fuck it. Anyway, as always, hope everybody doing. Damn, hold up. As always, this has been another installment of Broke Conversations. I hope you had something to drink on, smoke on, sip on. I hope you could chill with me. Hope you enjoyed this shit. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a review on SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever you can leave a motherfucking review. And yeah, Broke Conversation, nigga. If you do unto others as you would like done to you, and yeah, man. Peace. That's all I gotta say. Peace. For a new episode, know you probably waiting. Plant a seed in your brain, let me pollinate it. And I'm not like the rest, I don't do the faking. You are now tuned in to Broke Conversation.